When you open the application, the first thing you'll want to do is create a new project. You do this by the New Project from the File menu. Here I'm typing in the project name and the collector's name. The next thing you want to do is to start selecting files. You do this from the File Selection menu, and you can select multiple files as I've just done. Once you've selected files, then you may want to trim those files. That is, there may be extraneous material at the beginning and the end. In this case, I've removed some of the bars and tones from the beginning and the end of our tapes in order just to have video file available. So you'll notice that when we go back to the project window, that all of these now have been trimmed down. I'm now going to save the project, and once I save the project, I can start working. Across the bottom is the timeline. The timeline contains the video that we've added into the collection. You'll notice that there's a series of triangles across the bottom there. Those triangles all have to do with the video files. Video controls exist in the video window, and you can start, stop, and jump quickly to the video in order to find just the right spot in order to create video segments. You'll notice the playback now, and now I'm going to go ahead and create some video segments. So I enlarge the window, I go into create video mode, and now I'm going to, in that mode, drag out an event. When I create an event, I use the timeline and hold the left mouse button down, and then I drag out the section of the digital video that I want to be included in the event. In this case, it's going to be roughly the length of the first tape. So you'll notice as I hit that triangle at the bottom there that the video file changes to a different video file. So I'm going to go back to the end of the previous file, release the mouse, and now I've created a video segment. Once I've created a video segment, I'll be able to add scenes or actions to it. So now I'm going to move the sweep to a particular place in the video, drag out and create video mode until the sweep lights. Once the sweep lights up, I know I'm at the exact spot where I positioned the video in order to create that scene. I now drag the sweep a little further. I'm in create video mode. I drag until the sweep lights up, and then I create another scene. And then so on and so forth. So I can move on through the digital video creating scenes inside of this action. And I can then play the video file if I want to in order to get the sweep positioned exactly where I want it. So now I've created these three scenes inside of the larger event. And I can also then zoom in on these to see exactly what's happening. Another item I can create are actions, and that's the blue item that you see down there. An action is a more detailed view. If I want to point out a particular activity or a particular event that's happening within the video file. Now I'm going to work with the metadata. So in this case, I'm showing you the control vocabulary window, and I double-clicked on the first scene that I created there. And that first scene is an introductory song, so I'm just going to give it the title of introductory song. And then I'm going to just write a brief description about how this song is used to warm up both the band members and the musical instruments they're playing. These are free text areas in which the annotator is allowed to put any information that they choose to. Once I've entered this information, then I may decide to go on and provide further information. If you notice, there's a detailed description tab in which I could provide an even lengthier description than just a sentence or two. There's also the control vocabulary that allows me to add terms and things of that nature to it. When I'm ready to go on to describe the next scene, I double-click the next scene, and it opens its own window. And you'll notice then that I just resized the control vocabulary window. I control the size of the windows. I can resize any window that I want to. So you'll notice now we have two metadata windows open, and I'm entering information about the second scene, which is a mask dance. And then I'm going to that action at the end there, and the action is where the leader of the group cues up the rest of the performers that the song is getting close to the end. So you'll see then that I just type in some text, and I type in a brief description then about what exactly is happening within this action.